Welcome to West Country Wanderings. Hope you can hear me. It's a very windy side here. We're on the banks of the River Severn. Managed to find a tin church here at Shepperdine, so why not come and join me? The house I'm walking to is called Chapel House, and the chapel itself is a little bit further inland near Shepperdine Farm, so we're going to have a look at that shortly. But I just wanted to show you the landscape here, and I'm going to take some both colour and black and white photographs because I think that best sums up the landscape here. Sorry for the shaky imagery, my hand is shaking because it's just so windy here. It's quite ferocious. You meet me in between a couple of days because we've had some horrendous weather. That's not why I've not finished the Cotswold Way, so apologies for that. It will be back hopefully again over the next few days if you're waiting for that one. It's been raining most of the day, but there's been a break. We've got some horrendous weather due tomorrow, so I've just popped out not far from home, about half an hour's drive from home, just come here to Shepperdine on the banks of the Severn, and I thought I'd do a little bit of filming before the weather turns again. It's how this came about, this little trip here to Shepperdine, Shepperdine, not quite sure how you pronounce it. You have a look, if you haven't already, at Cotswold Way number 9. I was trying to find the tin church or tin tabernacle at Breadstone, just over the way, about 5-6 miles from here. And as I say, on the OS map, it's shown there, and I saw photographs of it, but it wasn't there. It didn't actually. It's actually been demolished, as I've later learned. So I was searching around online, and also somebody commented on the Cotswold Way about this one here at Shepperdine. And so we're actually not in Gloucestershire now. Breadstone's in Gloucestershire. We're in the county of South Gloucestershire, just over the border. So we've just come here to have a look at that. When we get there, I'll tell you a little bit about the history of these tin churches or tin tabernacles. So I've also found a couple more, actually 2 more very close to where I live. There's one at a hamlet called Harescombe near the village of Haresfield, just below Haresfield Beacon, which you'll be familiar with from the Cotswold Way series. And there's another one at Pagan Hill, just on the outskirts of Stroud. So maybe we'll have a look at one of those later. I actually drove down the wrong way here because the sign says St Mary's Church. I'll just turn the camera around. There, it says St Mary's Church to the right. In fact, it isn't. It's down here, down Nupdown Lane. So if you're coming this way to have a look at it, don't take notice of the sign. It could be the wind that's bent it round, because I say the wind here is ferocious. Because we're in the Severn Vale, there's nothing to stop it blowing right across, which indeed it does with some ferocity. Welcome to St Mary the Virgin Shepperdine. Here we are, outside this wonderful tin church here in the Severn Vale in South Gloucestershire. A little bit of background about these type of churches. They're made of corrugated iron, and this was a process first used in 1829. In 1829, Henry Robinson Palmer, a civil engineer, painted a corrugated iron sheets for use in roofing and building trade. The technology for manufacturing these sheets improved so much so that in the 1830s in Paris, Stanislav Sorel introduced zinc, which made the iron then galvanised together. So we've got the galvanised iron with the zinc, which then protected it in terms of corrosion and rust. In the 1850s, mass production stepped up, and this type of material was then used in many churches and village halls across the country. Also in the 1850s, with the mass increase with the Industrial Revolution, expansion of urban areas, and also an increase in non-conformitism, i.e. non-Catholic or non-Church of England churches, so the Methodists, the Baptists, there was a huge increase in these number of churches, between 4,000 or 5,000, and often when they started to have worship in a new settlement, perhaps expanded because of a factory, these type of buildings were set up. Many manufacturers sprung up to cover for this new industry. David Bradley, Rowley and others based in Birmingham, London and Liverpool took on the bandwagon, in other words, to feed the process of producing this particular prefabricated iron, which has been galvanised with zinc, as I say, to protect it from erosion across the country to cope with the new demand. On the Wikipedia website for tin tabernacles, it lists 100 or so surviving, although it has been updated, the article, and now they've asterisked the ones that have been demolished. So sadly they are decreasing in number, and as we saw, Breadstone, obviously a recent one that's been demolished in the past few years. How much longer these particular buildings will survive remains a mystery. Anyway, we're going to have a look around the outside of the building, and also the building is open so we can have a look inside. Severn Vale here at Shepperdine in South Gloucestershire. Hope you enjoyed the little tour of this tin church here and the history behind these fascinating little buildings. Until next time, that's all for now. Take care of yourselves. See you all again soon. All the best. Cheers now. Bye bye.